Welcome to Wandering Wild. I'm here with my amazing friend Avi. We met in Chiang Mai, but we've been lucky enough to have a few hours together in Pai. So I'm really excited about that.
That's so great.
Do you want to just introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from, what brought you to Thailand, maybe?
So my name is Avi. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 21 years old. And I actually came to Thailand because it's like the best place to start solo traveling. It's my first time in Asia, so I thought I have to start somewhere. I traveled already for a bit with my friends and with my sister, and then I had to go further alone. And I thought, where do I start? And then the best place seems like Thailand, everyone goes there.
It kind of is the perfect place because I feel like it's so easy to get around. And it's so safe and it's so well traveled, so it's good to meet other people too.
Exactly. And especially like Thailand has so many places, even the unknown places. They're everywhere travelers. So even if you don't feel safe, there are people that like can comfort you, and like that's the best feeling.
Yeah, and I think so many people in the same boat because I feel like it is a really popular beginner destination for travel.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Do you have a next destination in your head you want to go to?
So actually my travels are ending for now. This is my first trip and I feel like I did so many amazing things, and now I need to like go home and recap everything and like think back on these moments to like really capture the memories. But for next trip, I would love to go back to Vietnam. I did this trip for 1 week, but like all the natural disasters this period, like I couldn't stay for long, and that's why I really want to go back and like really explore all what Vietnam has to offer.
That's next on my list too.
Oh.
My brother is there right now, and I was on the phone with him last night, and he's like, you need to, like, we had so much fun in Thailand, and he still was like, you need to go to Vietnam, like it's even better than Thailand. And I was like, oh, like I don't know how it gets better. And he was like, the food is way better. And I was like, the food in Thailand is so good. And he's like, I know, but it's way better here. And
I kind of agree.
Okay.
I was there for only 1 week, but the food is amazing. Like every single thing I ate there was amazing.
What was your favorite?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the pho soup. I love that. Just the noodles, and I mostly have it with duck or just tofu, and it's incredible. It's like nothing we have at home.
Sounds so good. Yeah, he was telling me the beef noodle soup was his favorite. No, beef noodle salad. And I was like, that sounds so gross. And he was like, no. Best food I've ever had.
That, but also banh mi is like a Vietnamese thing. You can eat it like every day, all day.
Yeah. What usually comes on a banh mi? Because I know banh mi is like a bread, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like the bread or like the banh mi sandwich?
I don't actually know. Like, I've been traveling before. I had the banh mi for like 5 weeks in Indonesia, and I had no bread. Like maybe once or twice, and it was like dry white bread, and I don't actually like that.
Okay.
So maybe it was refreshing to have like good bread, but also like the sauce and the meat and everything in it.
Yeah.
Like it just makes it.
It sounds so good.
Yeah, it is actually. And it's not Western, but it's still bread. So I think that makes it also special because in
like
Asia,
a little different than what you're like than noodles and rice.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now we're in Thailand, and we met in Chiang Mai. We had so much fun. We went out a couple times together, which was super fun times.
Yeah, it was incredible.
We spent Halloween together, which was also really fun.
We were a fairy and a hippie.
A fairy and a hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good times, definitely. I'd been to Chiang Mai before, and I never went out there really. I went like 3 times to Northgate, the jazz bar. Did you go there?
I don't think so.
Okay, next time you go to Northgate. It's so good. And then I went to Zoe and Yellow one time, and I was like not having that much fun, so I left. But there's this whole nightlife scene that I never experienced the first time around, and it's so much fun. Yeah. And I'm not even a big party person, but like I had so much fun. Maybe it's because I was hanging out with you.
Of course.
Yeah. But we did also go to the Lantern Festival together. I want to talk about that because I feel like neither of us were really expecting the experience that we got.
No, for me, I think it was a really double feeling. Like looking back and having more time to think about it, I think it was still like a magical, incredible, like experience that was really once in a lifetime for me. And I think people know like why it's once in a
Yeah.
lifetime. But yeah, it's just the lights everywhere, and especially as we were a bit farther away, that we could really see all the lanterns from also other places going up. It was just, yeah, it was a real like Disney moment.
Yeah, it was so cool. Like, we went with our hostel, so we were just at a campground, and like you said, we weren't at the main event, but we could see it from across the way.
Yeah,
And that was really cool. And I think it was cool to have a more like intimate space to
yeah.
launch our lanterns into the sky.
And also with people like you connected with before. I think
Yeah.
with the really big event, you have to be lucky to sit next to each other, especially if you're solo. You just buy one ticket really far up front and like before the event starts. And yeah, then you don't actually know who you're meeting, if you have the right date, if like the people you're connecting with are also going there. And I think we had like time to connect with people
Yes.
before the event was there. So
Yes.
we could talk to a lot of people there.
Yeah, and even everything leading up to the event, like the car ride, releasing of the croissants, and the workshop, and yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it was a good chance to connect with people. And so then, yeah, at the festival, I did feel like I was just surrounded by friends.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, especially like the river part, like we made the croutons and we could like let go. And I think this was, I'm not that much of a spiritual person, but this was really a part that I could like let go and make a wish. Like it's a different belief, but still I felt connected with it because of all the
Yeah.
preparation and the history they told us and like the backstory. Yeah, I that made it extra special, I think.
Me too. Yeah, I think our wishes will come true. But you know what? I feel like everything I wished for, I already have. Like, I don't know if I already told you this, but I was thinking about what to wish for, and I was like, okay, I want to like make connections with people and I want community. I was like, hey, I'm doing that right now. Okay, I want to feel like inspiration and creativity. Okay, I feel that right now. Okay, I want to travel. Well, I'm doing that right now. Okay, I want to be healthy. I feel pretty healthy. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I think I have most of what I want right now. And so I was just like wishing for that to continue throughout my life.
I think that's a beautiful thing to just really appreciate what you already have and keep thinking like this is special what I'm doing. Like not everyone can do this, has the opportunity to do this. So yeah, I think it's really a really nice wish.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, I always dreamed of like doing this and being where I am right now. So I just, yeah, it felt good to like acknowledge the hard work that I've put in and the blessings that I've received to be here and
Yeah,
just be grateful for that. Yeah.
that's
What
beautiful.
did you wish for? I mean, you don't have to say if you don't want.
No, I think that's okay. I think mostly like the health in my family and surroundings and like to just keep the persons I have that I really appreciate, like to keep them with me and yeah, to like share moments with them.
Yeah, it was special to even just like take a minute to sit down and think about what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah, exactly. And I
what
think
you
for
have.
me, it's also really special. Like when I go home in a few weeks, like I'm really excited to share these moments and like to make a photo book and like really show people what I did and also tell them that how much home means to me. Like that I'm going home and to my people and like to like there are two phases of traveling. Like it's going to travel and to like getting out of your life. Everyone stays the same at home, but you're like evolving and changing and enjoying all these special things. When you go home, like it's like also a bit of peaceful or something.
Yeah.
Just really coming home.
Yes, and it makes you appreciate it too.
Yeah.
Like having people that are familiar with you and that you're familiar with, and
Yeah.
people who know your history and your own bed and
Yeah.
your usual coffee spot, and yeah,
Exactly.
it's really Really cool.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have learned to appreciate home more since you've left, or do you feel like you kind of always appreciated it in your...
This is not the first time I left for a longer time, so I do think I learned over time that home is really something I appreciate and like that I want to go back to, like my house and my family and my surroundings. Like um, I have learned to appreciate it more. But I think especially on this trip, I also appreciated more the peace it gave me. I think when I lived abroad and when I lived in other places, you had like more of a purpose. I had an internship, I had work, so it kept you more busy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And here you have really time to stand still and think about it, and also more often in like smaller spaces of time. So yeah, I think here I came to appreciate more the people that are at home and who make me feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about travel is meeting people.
Yeah.
But also, you are always meeting people. You're not like, I mean, actually, I feel like recently I've been running into a lot of people that I already know, like you, but I mean, still, we're just new to knowing each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something really special about just having your close friends.
Yeah, but also like with travel people, you already have so much in common
Yeah.
before you even met each other.
Yeah.
Like there's always something to talk about, and because you didn't know each other, you can share whatever you want. And yeah, this maybe sounds a little negative, but 90% of the people you meet, you will probably not meet again in the future.
Yeah.
So you can share everything you feel comfortable with, and you can share memories, you can share pains or things that are really now in the moment. And if you feel that you can trust that person to share it with, like you can like do it directly without thinking anything behind it or thinking about the future or whatever. It's just really living in the moment and sharing things.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is so special. And I do think it's so cool. Like, I think mostly only people who have backpacked might understand this, but you really do, like, connect with people so quickly and get close so quickly.
Yeah.
And I also think it's interesting how sometimes you'll be in a place, you'll meet people, and, like, you don't really connect, but then you'll meet the people. Like, when I met you, it's just, like, this like almost instant connection, you know? You get close so quickly. Yeah.
I think for me it's also really the first perspective you get of someone. Like I think when I first met you, you were already smiling. And it hasn't changed. Like I think having such a positive vibe around you and smiling, connecting with people and just talking really easily. I think the first time we really met was like at the games. The drinking games we were playing with your brothers. It was just a really easy way to get connected, and then it just matched, and then you like get closer to each other, you talk, but it's still so you don't realize how new it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really glad to meet you because I feel like when I was traveling with my brothers, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've grown up with brothers, I tend to make more male friends. I feel like with women, maybe because I am a woman, it's easier to like have a deeper connection with a woman and be more vulnerable. And there's just something really special about female friendships, I think.
I think I get where you're going at. Like with female friends, you can share more, you can get deeper, you can get emotional if you want to. And with guy friends, you can just be fun.
Exactly.
It's not like, it doesn't have to be that deep.
It
You're
doesn't
just
have to be that deep.
hanging around, you're doing things, you're jumping on a scooter, you're going somewhere else. Like
yes, you're just like messing around.
Exactly. And with girls, you're sometimes sitting down and you let yourself be open and you share things, and it gets sometimes real fast, real deep.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen with guys.
It doesn't
for
happen
me.
For me too. And I think that's why I tend to make more male friends, because I'll be in a town for only like 3 nights and it's like just like easy with the guys. You just like mess around, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then with women, it does feel deeper. But I feel like recently I've been like, I just have noticed that about myself. And I've been like, there's so many amazing women around us when you travel.
Yeah.
Like, to go to a country you don't know as a woman specifically, alone, like that takes a lot, I feel. And I'm feeling a lack of female friendships in my life and like that kind of like woman connection.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like when I met you, and then I had been spending so much time with my brother and his friend, they went to the jazz bar and we went to Zoe and we had like this great conversation and we like danced and sang, and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. And I wanted to tell you that I feel like having that night out with you just like switched something in me where I was kind of realizing like, oh, I need to make my female friendships more of a priority.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the time I was in Chiang Mai, I met so many amazing women because I was making an effort to like connect more deeply with women and create woman groups.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Halloween, I think I went and found every woman I could and was like, we need like a good girl group. Do you remember that?
You were so focused on it. Okay, just gather all the girls. We're going out. We're leaving everything behind. We're gathering a group and we're going to Zoe.
We're gonna go sing. We're gonna go dance. Yeah.
Oh.
So, anyways, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I do too. Like to appreciate like the deeper connections, but it's also like what you're feeling at the moment. Like sometimes it's also really easy to get like wrapped up in that, in like the emotional part, and it can also bring you really down. Like
Right.
to think too much about it, and sometimes you really need just the low-key fun.
Yeah.
For me, it can also really happen with women. It doesn't have to be with men to like have the low-key
Right.
relationship, but I do sometimes pick out the locations where I say to myself, okay, I don't need to like think too much. I just want to have fun and like let go. And other times there are really people who are really focused on like the emotional part, and I think especially lately it's been bringing me down more than lifting me up. So that tells me like I need a phase of fun. I just need a phase of like not thinking too much,
Yeah.
just enjoying. Like today, just reading a book, sitting somewhere, maybe playing some games with people, not like having to sit down and talking about all the deep stuff.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool how when you travel you can just have these different phases so
Yeah.
easily. Sometimes I feel like antisocial. I'm like, you know, when you get like burned out and you don't want to hang out with people
Yeah.
really. And I like always feel this pressure to hang out with people, go socialize. So usually when I feel that way, I book private accommodation, but I've been low on money, so I've been still staying in hostels. And I feel like I've been telling myself like, oh, like I should go hang out with everybody because they're gonna think I'm like weird and antisocial and blah 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 blah. And then I think, does it actually matter? Like if in this short phase of my life I'm like antisocial and awkward. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like it's really easy to have these phases when you can kind of reinvent yourself and then you move on after. I think you're right in like probably when I feel like people are gonna think I'm weird for like not socializing, they probably understand because everybody's doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And that's been something I've been trying to work on, is like just caring less about what people think.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that they're probably not thinking what I'm guessing they're gonna think.
Sometimes even you can test it. You can ask them, just, did you see me sitting there? It's probably gonna be really weird, but like, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah. No, and I think like one thing traveling has given me is even if people do think negative things about me, like say I'm walking and someone's like, oh, I hate her pants, you know, which they're probably not, first of all, and second of all, if they are, I don't really care.
Why should you care?
Yeah.
You shouldn't care. Well, you probably will care. You have to like think for yourself and like probably they're not thinking this. And if they're thinking this, they're not the nicest people, so you shouldn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's so true. Okay, well, I kind of want to circle back to the Lantern Festival.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we said like how amazing it was, but also because we were kind of distant from the main event, I think we could, I don't know if you could see this at the main event. I actually would love to talk to someone who was there to know, because I kind of feel like maybe it was the wind blowing it our way, but we could see all of the lanterns falling out of the sky.
Coming down again. Like, I didn't know this. I thought maybe it's a bit naive to like, they will go up, it's fire, it's very thin paper, they will like go up in flames, and then like maybe something will come down, but like the biggest thing will just be gone. But like the whole thing came down, like there was nothing left of it, and like everything was left of it. Yeah, like everything came down. It was just almost white, so it came up with fire and it came down without fire.
And they really didn't last that long in the sky. And I was surprised because I went to a lantern festival before and I did not see any lanterns falling out of the sky.
No.
So I don't know what I said, like maybe it's naive, but I just was like, thought it was fine. I don't know.
I talked to a lot of people who were at the main event, and the only thing they could say about it is that it was magical. And when I told, like at the beginning, before I really started thinking about it, I felt really bad. Like, you put something in the air and it comes down again, and it was hanging in the trees, and it was like falling everywhere. It was like, you said it in your story, it was like when the world is ending or something, this will look like this.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It was like the lit ones were coming up and the black ones were like falling down in front of it, and it was this weird like up down thing, and it looked like the world was ending, like so eerie.
Oh yeah, the Stranger Things, that's what you called it.
Stranger Things, yeah.
It was like, and that moment felt really bad. Like, it was like a realization moment, like what humanity does to the earth. But then we got some more explanation, like the people get money from cleaning up these lanterns. Like, I think they get 5 baht for
$5 per lantern.
for every
Which
lantern they
adds
pick
up.
up. Yeah, it's quite a bit for people here, I think. And so we helped a bit. We ran around the field and like we tried to gather some of the lanterns, and there were like these little boys who were also like gathering the lanterns who came down again, like what came down again, but they were still in the trees. Like, that didn't feel like the best thing. But like, you have to put it in perspective, I think.
Yeah, because we did have we had a moment where we were both really sad, and we were like, what have we done? What is this? But then, I think we kind of were able to put it in perspective. Oh.
There was a
This
dog
is our
laying
little
here.
friend. Yeah.
We had to put it like in perspective to like see what our usual life is like, and like what we came to do here, but also what we came to experience. Like, I think this was like a reality check. Yeah,
Absolutely. And I think it was, for me, like, okay, I was like, this is awful. The lanterns are coming down and they're still launching them up, and I was like, what are they doing? This is crazy. But then it was kind of a few things, like, I was like, okay, this is like this big cultural festival surrounded by a belief system and a culture that I don't belong to. So I feel like, first of all, I can't say like this is bad, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And second of all, yes, like you said, what we do in our daily lives. Like, one thing we talked about is that we fly all the time.
We flew here in I flew here in 3 planes to get here.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's really good that people are traveling and that you are experiencing the world and you are learning all these things, and you like making an effort to understand how other people are living.
Yes, it does take an impact to travel.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is maybe an important thing to realize.
Yeah, and as you said before, like, you are celebrating something. This is a celebration for them. This is part of their culture. This is not just something. It's like they're probably also celebrating New Year's, but our New Year's is also with fireworks and with like
Yes.
all kinds of stuff. Like it is our way of celebrating the new year, and this is their way of celebrating the light and the river, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know, it's like an interesting thing to talk about. I feel like, because I posted this on my Instagram story, and
Yeah.
that's why I made all those videos explaining, because at first I just posted like the aftermath and I put the question sticker of like, what do you think about this? And I feel like it's important to clarify that, like, I think that it's a fun discussion to have, but I don't feel like it's something that I could say like, this is good, this is bad, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like not everything is good and bad, and I feel like, I don't know, I'm just learning and exploring, and it's not my place to judge or decide that something is
I
good or
think
bad.
you should be aware what you're doing. You should be aware that you are traveling, that has an impact. You should be aware that you lighting up a lantern, that you should be aware that this is for a festival. Like you can put everything like in perspective, but you still have to be aware of what you're doing and exactly what you said, like what you're saying, because it is someone's belief that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. And like, I don't know, I just feel like when I'm traveling, part of the reason is to learn about a place and learn about a culture and to
100%.
experience it. And I feel like when I'm in another country, like when I'm in Thailand, I am a guest and I'm here to like participate and observe and whatever, but not to judge. I feel
No.
like I have no place
No,
to do that.
exactly. And sometimes I think that's like being the guest part is quite difficult sometimes, because especially in some places they really appreciate you being here, and they drive you around and like they do a lot for you. They want to make money, but they also like find you really interesting. So sometimes it's really hard to like realize you're still a guest and that they're like, you want to learn about them.
Yeah.
You want to learn how they are living. And I feel sometimes that they are trying to adapt to you to like make the best experience. But at some point, it's not what you want. It's like you want to really experience their life and like how they are living.
Yeah, and I feel like that is one of the key differences between being a traveler and being a tourist,
Yeah.
and being, traveling and vacation.
Yeah. 100%.
Two very different things, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I might have to wrap this up because I have a bus to catch.
And I think this is a really good thing to maybe like keep talking about it with someone
Yeah.
else, like the differences between traveling and going on holiday. But
Yeah.
I really appreciate that you brought me on this podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate
and
you doing this. I'm really
yeah.
happy I got to see you again.
Me
Maybe
too.
to wrap it up, you want to say like maybe 2 things you learned about yourself from travel and 2 things you learned about others from travel.
Ooh, that's a hard one. 2 things I learned about myself while traveling was that I really liked to explore the unknown, and especially the unknown for other people. I like to be in unique places, and I think even if it's not like the most beautiful aesthetic place, I appreciate it more. And I started to appreciate, another thing I learned about myself was like I appreciate more of the smaller things. Yesterday I told someone I really like the street signs here, like just to really focus on small things and that the differences can also be made there. And some things I learned about others is, I think the biggest thing is that what we already talked about is that it's sometimes not that deep what they're talking about and what they think. Bless you. What they think and what they're actually thinking and what you think. Like, you shouldn't worry about it too much, and that everyone is also doing this for the first time in their life, like having these experiencing the day, like everyone is living for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, well, I love you, and I'm happy that I got to see you again. And
Yeah,
thank you
me
so
too.
much for being on the podcast.
I really enjoyed and seeing like the behind the scenes of a podcast, and
Yeah.
thank you for bringing me
Yeah,
on.
of course. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.